Hey, it's Evan, and I wanted to just check in with you about some things that are going on with me. This year, I founded an organization called Blondina's Heirs, named after my great grandmother who came to Chicago during the Great Migration. The organization's mission is to help Black families navigate all different facets of the property inheritance process through education, advocacy, and storytelling. I started this organization because this work is super important to me, as I have been a part of navigating some complicated issues around property inheritance, but also I learned that I'm not the only person who experiences that. And I think it's important for folks to have a place to have safe space, to have conversation and dialogue in community settings, and also be able to get the resources and support they need to be able to figure out next steps. Statistically, we learned that about 50 to 77% of Black properties are lost to probate, meaning that they go back to the state when people die. That's because of not having wills or unclear plans after death, which is heartbreaking. But also, what is less documented is the number of families that are affected by this. The lack of clarity around property and how families are disrupted and break apart as a result of it. And as families are our first institution, it's important to us to make sure that we not only preserve the wealth of that's related to the assets, but we preserve the wealth of the family. I'm proud of what we've done this year. We started out a monthly series on the fourth Monday of every month that was called Let's Talk About the House. We've had conversations about everything from what do I do about leaving, if I were to leave the earth, what would happen to my children, to what do I do with this elder who won't have conversations with me about how to maintain this family property or tell me where the will is, to how do I file a will, should I file a will or a trust. It's been pretty dynamic and very community centered, and that feels really great. I'm also super proud of our Roots and Roosts series. We've partnered with about 6 different libraries in Chicago and Oak Park and Flossmoor neighboring suburbs to have conversations with 9 to 13-year-olds about how we build a legacy, and how building a legacy isn't just about credit and finance, so that's part of it. It's also about being able to communicate and collaborate with family to be able to maintain what's ours in a couple of different ways, and just had a really great time doing that. So what's upcoming, which is pretty exciting, is November 22nd, we are having a Let's Talk About the House live conference, which is going to be held on the campus of Northwestern University downtown campus in partnership with the Wirt Center. It is an all-day conference that will have all kinds of information about how we are legacy building and legacy preserving, and it's open to families of all ages, for adults and for young people as well, because we have a youth cohort, which is pretty exciting. The cost of the conference from 10 to 3:30 is $75. Some of the workshops that we have planned include the history of Black land loss, how to have tough conversations with family. We'll hear from the Cook County Assessor's Office. There may be money that you're paying too much on your taxes for your home. We want to be able to help you file those papers real time to get that taken care of. We have contractors come in and talk about how we can DIY and improve the value of our homes. What do you do if you have property and you don't know who to leave it to? How do you make sure your property and your legacy contribute to things that are important to you? What if you're in a situation with a family member or a series of family members and you can't get through the conversation? We are going to have counselors and community advocates who are helping to facilitate conversations with families about how they can start the process of resolving some of those broken or damaged relationships, and also come to some type of resolution. There are also going to be some teaching artists on site who are going to help us go through the restorative creative processes to reflect on legacy, to think about healing that we need to do from some of these experiences, and to envision a different reality for our families and for our community, which is pretty exciting. And we have a whole youth cohort of select youth who will participate in STEM workshops, improv workshops. They will be doing all kinds of things that are aligned with preparing them to carry on the legacy that we find important, and that's pretty exciting. This event is intentionally scheduled the weekend before Thanksgiving because people will walk away from this conference with a toolkit to engage in conversation with their family during the holidays. How do we start the conversation? How do we continue it? How do we deal with some of the challenging issues that we are facing? These are the things that we were hoping that folks will walk away with, and also just confidence about the issues, having talked to attorneys and a number of other folks that haven't even gotten a chance to mention, so that they know that they have the power to navigate the situation. On top of that, I received a grant from the Illinois Arts Council to write a play about that's based on my family story. And so this play is called Dina's Loom. The story will talk about 5 generations of Black women who've used property to navigate all kinds of community development and support of community, but also what it looks like to have a matrilineal household. We will explore the relationships between mother and daughter, grandmothers and granddaughters, sister to sister, love, finance, overcoming generational patterns, and the institutional terrorism that has been redlining, and all of the other things that have happened that have contributed to Black property loss or the land grab that has been very intentional. The story spans from the Great Migration early in the 1920s to today. On the evening of Saturday, November 22nd, there will be a cocktail reception, fundraiser, and reading of that play. Those tickets are $75, not to be mistaken for the cost for the conference, and I'm welcoming folks to come. There's also a reading on Sunday that is general admission. That'll be $25 in the afternoon on Sunday, and more information will be attached to this video. To purchase tickets for the conference or for the reading or some of the raffle tickets or the sponsor ticket or sponsor component of the workshop or the conference, you can go to blondinasears.org. So as you can tell, this is a pretty exciting season for me, and my head is down focusing on these things, and here are some ways that you can support. Somebody pray for me, have me on that mind. You can come to the conference and to the reading. Spread the word. Volunteer or donate. No, seriously, volunteer or donate, or both. There's information in the chat about who to contact and how to do it. Don't text it to me. If you're connected to an organization that is rooted in service, I would love to make some additional partnerships to make this experience even stronger. Those organizations could be folks to volunteer for this event, to participate in the event, or maybe send some of their patrons, church members, congregation members, folks who are part of, who are recipients of different programming. And the last thing is that we're still having community conversations on the 4th Monday of the month. So if you haven't been to one, or you have been to one and haven't been to one in a while, I invite you to come to the next one and the one thereafter, because there's something for everybody. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video and listen about all the great things that are happening. I hope to see you in one shape or form engage with this work, because it's a pretty exciting time. And if I don't see you on November 22nd, I will hear or see or talk to you afterwards. Take care.